Many people don't really know how to discern if it's a voice of our intuition talking or if it's a voice of our personality, our ego, our mind talking. And I would like to today present in this video the ways in which you can differentiate the voice of your soul, of your higher self, and the voice of your mind, of your automatic programming that is there with you since childhood. So keep watching if you're curious about this. Hey guys, I am the Connection Catalyst and we're gonna fly high today, speaking of how to differentiate the voice of intuition and the voice of ego. So first of all, what is ego? Ego is our personality. It's something that was shaped in us since childhood. We are programmed as kids. We take in everything as a sponge up to the age around 7 when our mental body is developing. So until this point, we are only operating on our emotional body. So we don't have a mental understanding of what's going on. That's why we are taking in everything as it is. And we are taking in other people's behaviors, our parents or caregivers' behaviors and emotions, and then this gets programmed in our subconscious mind. So our personality, our ego is something that plays out this program. It's like our instinctive level of mind. So if you hear this voice telling you, don't go there because something can happen to you, is it intuition or is it ego? Is it this automatic program of worry that is dictating this situation? And so how to discern if, it's your soul telling you not to do something because it takes care of you, or if it's just your fear. So if you go into this worry or into this fear and you really let yourself feel it, and release it and let it out of your body, then if you feel like it's still telling you not to go there, it's still telling you not to do something, that's probably the intuition speaking. Because if we don't have any resistance, meaning in this situation fear, to this specific outcome, and we still in a way choose, or our soul still tells us not to do something, even though we are not afraid of it, then it probably means that it's not good for you to do. But usually the voice of intuition is the very light voice. It could be very subtle, it could come to you in sighs, it doesn't have to be necessarily even a voice in your head. The intuition speaks to us in many different ways, for example through our mind's eye, showing us visions or telling us words, but not necessarily. Sometimes through the numbers, when we see 1111 or alike. But our intuition usually feels good. When we get the message, we feel uplifted. We feel like we are following love. We feel like we're following our heart. And if you have hard time differentiating what is what, if you want to do something and you don't know if it's a good decision, take this decision into your heart and really bring it into your consciousness and sit with your heart for a moment. Breathe into your heart and ask your heart, what should I do? Where should I go? What is the best decision for me to make right now? And filter it through your heart. You can even imagine having this thought or the situation and literally bringing it into your heart chakra, which is in the middle of your chest, and filtering it through your heart, because your heart always knows. In one of the podcasts, the first episode of Soul podcast that I run, I said, there is no saying I changed my heart. There is only saying I changed my mind, because the heart doesn't change the idea of what is right. So if you can filter things through your heart, then you will know that it's your higher self speaking, that it's all filtered through the filter of love. And so even if there are sometimes things that your higher self tells you to do that are not the most pleasant things, like, for example, sometimes it can put you in the situation that you don't fully enjoy, that is uncomfortable for you. And then you can wonder, is it my heart or is it my ego? But Your intuition knows what's the best for your growth, for your soul's expansion. So even sometimes if something is uncomfortable for you, it still might be your soul guiding you to do it because it wants to grow, it wants to expand, it wants to experience more and more of life. And in one of my previous videos, I was saying that if you don't do things that are uncomfortable for you, you don't grow. So our soul sometimes can bring us to the situations that are not the most light and comfortable for us, but it's gonna feel good in your body to do these things, even if it's sometimes uncomfortable. It's gonna ultimately feel good. And so our intuition, it doesn't change his or her mind, okay? The soul is there, it's constant, and it's not gonna change its mind. So if you don't know and if you are hesitant, and if it's this or if it's that, then you haven't discovered the true soul's calling, because the soul's calling is one way for your highest good and for your highest expansion and growth. So if you don't know if it's your ego or intuition, filter it through your heart, meditate with it. If it's a big decision, meditate and connect to your soul. Call your higher self, say, I invite my higher self into my body right now to help me with this decision, and claim it, and the soul will come, and then feel into it. Emotionally, how does it feel for you to take this action or this decision? Because if it's gonna feel like it's an internal pull, and it feels uplifting, it feels good, it's probably the right decision to take. But really filter it through your heart, and you will know, because your heart always knows. It has infinite wisdom. It's connected to the infinite wisdom of the universe. It's a bridge between our physical and our spiritual body, our spiritual self. So try it out if you want to differentiate the voice of your intuition and the voice of your ego. And thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned to the high vibes.